Quinn Cook, quarterback for the Bishop Luers Knights, and you win a state championship. That's the best way to end a season. 4 in a row. How do you guys hope to continue that legacy, and what motivation is it, knowing that the goal is always Lucas Oil at Bishop Luers?
Well, I mean, it's obviously a legacy. We've created a culture where the goal is to get to state, and it almost feels like an unsuccessful season if you don't get there. And I think a big motivation for us this year is we've been bumped up a class, and we want to go out and prove that's not really going to affect us at all, and we're trying to get back down into Indy again.
Yeah, as far as moving up to 3A because of the success you guys have had, does that change anything that you do, or is it just extra motivation?
No, it's just extra motivation for us. It's not really going to change anything. I mean, obviously we're going to be game planning for different teams week to week in the playoffs, but other than that, nothing really changes. It's just extra motivation to try and get back.
I think Coach said you guys have about 4 starters back. We know what Jalen did, and Michael, and Tyvell. So how do you guys go about replacing those players, knowing that the expectations are always high?
Well, I mean, it's very difficult to replace athletes like that very specifically, but we've replaced and reloaded as a team for sure at each position. And we've got a lot of guys coming up in my class and the class behind me that are all going to be great playmakers. We've rebuilt our offensive line. So I think we're going to be a different-looking team, but we're still going to be a great football team.
Taking over for your father. So heading into this season as the head coach, what's your mentality and what's your approach with this famed Bishop Luers program?
We're just trying to get the kids to compete with each other. We had a very good summer in regards to that. I think the kids they're smart. They know that we just graduated 25 seniors, 18 starting positions. So there's been a lot of competition throughout the summer. Kids have been pushing each other. It's been a great environment. If you're going to grow as a team and individually as a player, what better opportunity than just, hey, you pretty much having a wide open field out there. Maybe it could be a difference who's working harder or who's been here the most this summer. So it's been a great atmosphere, and that's pretty much what we're trying to be promoting, a competitive atmosphere.
Coming off your 4th state championship consecutively, only the second program in state history to win 4 in a row, do these guys look at that and think, oh man, every day I've got to compete because the expectation is to end up at Lucas Oil Stadium?
Yes and no. I don't think we necessarily, as a coaching staff, harp on that. I think the kids have expectations, and when those expectations every year are to go back, maybe to go down and win a state championship, go back and repeat, then the kids within their own minds, within their own little circles, they create those expectations themselves. But as a staff, we're not trying to get that through the kids, hey, it's a state championship or bust, because that's just, I think that's pretty absurd.
Jalen Smith was obviously a big part of what you guys did. Mike Rogers, Tyvell Jemison, Dan Beckman. Have you found some leaders to take over that role? Because not only were those guys great players, they kind of were the guys that everybody looked up to and led by example.
Yeah, I think that's part of what this competitive atmosphere this summer has brought is some kids have stepped up in their leadership roles. I think some kids realize that, hey, if we're going to meet our goals as a team, then we're going to have a set of leaders out here, and some kids have picked up on that, and I think right now those kids are weeding themselves out, or I should say they're really standing out above some others. The atmosphere itself kind of creates that.
Obviously, you've got a lot of talent at the quarterback position. Where do you guys stand right now? Because Quinn, is a senior and won a state championship last year, and Noah is getting D1 looks.
Yeah, that's as a coach, it's a good problem to have. We got 2 quarterbacks, and if you're returning, we returned 4 starters. If you're returning that few, at least you got a couple good quarterbacks, and they both have the experience starting. They both have experience coming off the bench. So, as I said, with the rest of the team, the competitive atmosphere, they've kind of driven that themselves. It's been a friendly, competitive atmosphere. These kids, they push each other, but they're also, every day I come out to the field, they both have a new drill that they want to do. They're communicating with each other, and really they're making each other better quarterbacks.
Final question, you got thrown into the fire for a little while last year as the head coach. Heading into this season, what's your mentality, and what are you trying to do to put your stamp on this program after 26 years of Matt Lindsay as the head coach?
I can't really look at anything in particular. I do want to carry on the proud Luers tradition, not just the football tradition, but reaching out to the community, working more with the community, making these kids aware that are bigger things above football. Their academics, obviously, but giving back to the community members that really are so supportive. I haven't really thought about that. What kind of legacy or what kind of stamp I want to put on? We have some things we want to clean up in regards to discipline. So we've been working on that this summer, and you got pretty much the entire coaching staff coming back who are all behind that and all in agreement that we do need to become a more disciplined football program.